A lot of people ask me, should I joint venture for my first property development deal? And the answer generally is no. Don't do it, guys. It can be really problematic. Now, there are times it can work, but the majority of the time it doesn't. It really doesn't. Look, my name is Ritchie Clapson. I'm a chartered structural engineer. I've been in this property industry for nearly 40 years, and I can't even begin to tell you the amount of times I've seen joint ventures actually fail with new developers. Now, why do people do this? Well, what happens, I think, is you go out there, you're on this journey, you want to start this development journey, you go to a networking function, you meet some people, you get on, you think this will be fun, let's do it together, I like it, a bit of moral support. Okay, and you choose to joint venture. Let's do it. Let's go for it. But have you got complementary skill sets? Have you got the same values? Have you got the same purpose in life? Because if you haven't, then it's destined normally for failure. Certainly in complementary skill sets, if you're both there and you both know nothing, well, that's great, isn't it? We got the blind leading the blind. Yeah, you don't know anything, I don't know anything. Let's joint venture. That sounds like a fantastic idea. And what's great about that? If you can find someone that's got lots of experience and done it lots and lots of times before, genuinely, there may be joint venture. But again, the values have got to be aligned. The other problem is you've got to do twice as many projects when you joint venture, assuming you're splitting the profit 50-50. Now, those of you that are already on a development journey or maybe just starting, you won't be surprised to know that it's actually quite difficult to find deals. It's certainly not impossible, but it takes a lot of hard work. Takes a lot of effort to get deals. So now you're just making sure you've got to find twice as many deals. Now you might say, yeah, sure, but there's two of us. But what if you're fishing in the same pond? You're trying to build those same relationships. Geographically, you're in the same area. You're just making it harder for yourself. You're just making it a lot harder. And then, where are those complementary skills? So maybe you might say, well, actually, they're really good at numbers, but I'm good at people. Well, look. Yeah, learn numbers or get them to learn people. That's what you should do. If one of those things is weakness, learn it. It's not that difficult. If you can just learn the stuff that you need, you don't need to share those profits. Yeah, you need some people skills, but work on it, get better. The mere fact that you probably got on this journey, the mere fact that you're probably watching something like this, you probably got some skills that are a little bit entrepreneurial. Maybe you just got to, sharpen them up a little bit. If you're not so good at numbers, learn how to do numbers. If you're not so good at spreadsheets, learn how to go and do spreadsheets. It's not complicated. Get yourself educated. You need to get yourself educated and you need to decide what it is you want to do. Because what if you go on a journey and actually then find your values are very different? What if the proverbial hits the fan and there's a big problem on the project and you've got to deal with it? And your business partner says, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm out of here. They're off to Mexico, they've gone to Spain, or they've just gone to ground. And you're left because you're going to. You're the sort of character that wants to deal with it. You're going to take it, head on the chin. I'm going to sort this out, don't you worry. And what if that problem is with the funding? What if there's a disaster on the project? And I just hope there isn't, but let's just assume the worst scenario. And your business partner's not going to stand up and be counted. And the funders are after you. And actually, you've got a joint and several liability on the personal guarantees, which you will have. And actually then what happens, let's say there's 300, 500 outstanding, 1,000 that is. And the funders come to you and they say, we need our money. You say, well, okay, 50-50, my business partner. No, joint and several. They can come to you and then you've got to go and get it off of them. But they're in Mexico. Well, that's your problem. Okay, so, and you want someone that's going to stand up with you because actually, there are very few problems in this industry, even a major disaster, that cannot be overcome. Funders are always willing to negotiate and discuss if the absolute worst scenario ever hit the fan. But you want to be together. You want to be in force, discussing it, supporting it. Funders would take a very dim view, even if you're up for sorting it out and actually your business partner's done a runner, that will reflect on you, tarred with the same brush. So do you want to be in that position? Do you need to be in that position? The answer is no, you don't. Why joint venture? Now, there may be times when you would. My job really today in this video is to push you away from it. It's to tell you it's not the default. Don't go to a networking do and get excited and think, yeah, let's joint venture. Come on, you know nothing, I know nothing. Let's go and do this journey together. As I say, that doesn't make sense. But If you actually find that you do come across someone and there are really complementary skill sets and your values are absolutely aligned and the purpose, the direction you want to go with this business absolutely matches, then maybe so. Maybe so. But please, please, please think about it very carefully. Don't just jump in with both feet. Don't just go for it. If I can push you away from it and say it's not the default, you should not joint venture, and you decide to, that means you've carefully thought about it, in which case my job today is done. Hopefully you like it. If you like what we do here, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.